Hey, gun people! Stinking still in YouTube jail. I did a video on a cop shooting and kind of explaining all the different things on the fight or flight, and the thing was 17 minutes. So now I can't post it on this damn channel. I got to post it on the on my horse channel. So I'll post it on the horse channel. I'll put a link at the end of this video. I figured I'd use this as a good opportunity to give you a quick on my fight or flight page. If you haven't been there, if you get one of these pictures and you can't read the small print, if you right click on it and then choose open in a new tab, it shows it bigger to where you can read it. So I don't know if some of you know that. I know I got some complaints about the videos too small to read or whatever. But anyway, on this fight or flight page, the video that I have where the cop gets in the shooting and he goes into classic fight or flight, a lot of symptoms. I just kind of want to go over real quick what all the different things that happen, and this is just part of it. You can go to the page. I'll put a link to this page, and I'll put a link to the video that I had to post on my horse channel, where a guy is clearing a horse a trailer, and he ends up shooting a guy. A guy pulls a gun on him. Happens pretty quick, but he goes into these classic fight or flight signs. So some of the things that are happening is, of course, all your senses are sharpening and they become hypervigilant, alert, stronger. Your reflexes are better. Your reactions are better. You lose minor and fine motor skills, but your gross motor skills still work. The hairs on your, and this guy does this perfect. In this video, you're going to see, I zoom in on his Goosebumps. There's also a couple of the names to it, horripilation and what is it? Cutis Arcerina. I can't remember. I had to get the pronunciation. Here's the two pronunciations right there. You can punch it in and see how to say them exactly. But basically what happens is when you get this excited fight thing, your hairs stand up. And the hairs stand up so you can feel the wind, you can feel people moving, you become hypervigilant. You know, your long-term memory is lost a little bit. Your lungs dilate. And they allow greater intake of oxygen. I think it's like you normally breathe in a gallon of air a minute, and when you go on a fight or flight, you're breathing 5 gallons of air a minute. So, I mean, it's just huge on the different things that start happening, and all this happens in a split second. Time slows, you start seeing things in slow motion, hyper alertness, adrenaline gets dumped into your system, your pain tolerance goes up, because you're in fight or flight, so you don't feel pain. That's why a lot of times when you get shot, you don't know it, or if you're in a car accident, your car rolls, you don't know how injured you are. You kind of forget your gross motor skills, running, jumping, fighting, and attacking. They're at peak performance, but your fine motor skills are lost. And the theory, the studies have showed at 115 beats per minute, you lose fine motor skills, start to deteriorate. At 155 beats per minute, your complex motor skills start to deteriorate. And anytime you're in a fight or flight, like a shooting one officer, your heart rate's over 200. So you're losing your fine and complex motor skills. Pupils dilate again, so you can take in more light. It forces you to where you can see better. You lose peripheral vision because whatever you're looking at is the threat, and you want to make sure and be able to see it. Hearing is changes, loud noise or muffled. You get hearing loss. It's called auditory exclusion. Again, all the blood's rushing away from all non-major things that keep you alive. Heart rate jumps from 60 to 200, 250, 300. Coronary arteries dilate so you can get more maximum blood flow to your large muscles. Breathing increases rapidly. This in the video you're about to watch, I'll put the link. The breathing of this guy is really just heavy. I mean, it's almost labored. He's trying to get oxygen. All his large muscle groups are sucking in all his oxygen. And I mean, this guy goes seriously into a great fight or flight thing, and everybody misses it. Your digestive system shuts down, and why that's important is you get very dry mouth. You're not producing saliva, so you don't need saliva for your digestive system. So when that shuts down, your mouth gets very dry. When people lie or they get their heart rate up or their own stimulants, they usually get a dry mouth. They have to drink. So after these incidents, you have a very, very dry mouth. And again, I talk about one of the old-time lie detectors where they put rice in a mouth on this page. So survival instincts take control, normal judgment. Afterwards, you'll get leg tremors, you'll get hand tremors, hands and your fingers start tingling because you're losing blood flow, memory loss, You know, a lot of times when people are in accidents, they forget the accident until a couple days later. That all happens. These are just some of the things that happen in a split second in fight or flight. I have this page. I have a couple pictures. I've really talked about this a lot. I used to teach this to cops. It's really important for cops to understand it. You know, I don't know if I mentioned it in here or not. I need to add it because this is a work in progress. But your bladder and bowels sometimes want to void. They want to dump. So they want to dump any excess weight or things that can cause poison. So it's common for cops in shootings to piss themselves. I haven't known too many cops to get shot, but I know a lot of people that get shot and they shit themselves because their fight or flight system, I'm shot, and the bladder and the bowels void. So I'll put a link to this. Fight or flight, I think it's pretty important to understand. So when you get in this situation, you start experiencing these things, you can understand it. And at the bottom here, there's a link to the video that I talk about this, and I had to post on the Stinking Horse channel again because it's 17 minutes, and evidently I talked too long and I went over my 15-minute limit. All right, so we'll end that there.